Everyone, my name's Sharon Pugsley-Hill, and for those of you who know me, probably most recently, I've been an artist of nature and flowers and landscapes for about 6 years professionally. Many of you may not know, before that I was actually a professional wildlife conservationist and environmentalist, and it's been something that's been really sort of kicking around in my head again recently, that I've sort of been missing that side of my work, the campaigning, the connecting people to nature, connecting people to the environment and the world that we live in. And I really am looking to take that side of my work forward a little bit. So as well as continuing to paint beautiful things, beautiful flowers, and hopefully inspire people to love the world in which we live, I'm going to be doing some other things around helping people to perhaps be a little bit more environmentally friendly, a little bit more wildlife friendly, to connect more with this beautiful world and nature, because there are so many benefits for doing that. And just to give you some ideas about things that you can do with nature, actions you can take to help the environment. I think there are so many things thrown around at the moment about the environment, and I think sometimes that word is now very off-putting to people. So I'm going to talk more about the natural world and how we can live more in harmony with the natural world. It's something I've been very interested in for a long time. This is nothing new to me. My first memories are of a very small child getting up very early in the morning and going bird watching with my father to catch the dawn chorus, and this was when we were living in Yorkshire. And I also used to go and help the warden at the Great Ouse, Derwentings National Nature Reserve, as it is now, but it wasn't then, because I was very interested in conservation and nature and the outdoors, and I spent a lot of my time outdoors when I was young. I have a Science and the Environment degree, one of the first ones that was actually put out into universities and polytechnics as they were then. So it's something that I've always been interested in. And then of course I went, in my career I started out as an urban conservation officer, which is very targeted at people and about the connection of people to nature and the environment. And a lot of the work that we did in those early years, there's probably about 15 urban conservation officers around the country. I worked for English Nature at the time, but there were some in local authorities, and we used to meet regularly and do a lot of sort of very innovative work, which more traditional conservationists actually found a bit strange. But actually, as time's gone on, a lot of that work has become very mainstream, and you probably hear quite a lot now in the news and things like that about the value of nature to us, to our health, to the sort of services that it provides. So what I'm hoping to do with some series of videos over the coming months is to sort of perhaps debunk a bit of that for you so that you understand it, because I know there are a lot of sort of very big words used around the environment, and a lot of the information that comes out is actually very difficult to understand if you've not got a background in that. So what I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping to help you so that you can help and take action to help the environment and this beautiful world in which we live, because you may have heard that figure, we've got 12 years to save the planet, to save the world. That 12 years actually is going to go very quickly if we don't all start doing something. And I read something on Facebook yesterday, if 1 million cups, if we all are using one reusable cup and 1 million people are using a reusable cup, that's 1 million cups that then can't be often now recycled because they've got plastic in them, so they have to be thrown away. They go to landfill. That plastic can take hundreds and hundreds of years before it breaks down. We've all heard about Blue Planet, and the effect that the magnificent David Attenborough has had on the plastics debate. So I'm going to try and sort of help you a little bit, maybe to give you some inspiring actions that you can take around that sort of argument. And another thing that's sort of come out today, I saw on Facebook, was that paper bags, which people have been promoting really, takes more energy and more water to make a paper bag than it does a plastic bag. And it's like, well, which should I be using then? And I get that argument. I'm no perfectionist. I hate the word perfectionist because I don't think any of us are perfectionists, but we can all take actions that actually together can grow into something massive and something big. So I'm going to be doing a lot of lives on Facebook on my Artist and Environment page. So I really hope you'll watch those. I hope you'll take actions yourself, but also share those films with other people, because this has got to be a global movement. It's got to be everybody. The people at the top, they're not doing enough right now. And so if they see all of us caring and taking action in the environment, then maybe it'll encourage them to do so too. And they are the ones that really need to take action. So, I'm going to start with perhaps some of the bigger things on Facebook Lives, looking at sort of energy, our homes, cars, all that sort of thing. And I'll be sharing lots of little things that we can do. And the other thing, which I'm going to be doing as well, because I'm really passionate about connecting people to the outdoors. And when I was working for English Nature, we did a lot of research around how nature really benefits us as people, how we've become disconnected very much so in our urban lives from that nature and that wildlife. And it's really degrading, it's really declining, which is a terrible thing, for somebody who's worked in this field for such a long time to see. So I'm going to also be doing a series of short films, walking. If you Google walking on YouTube, you find a lot of videos of people in studios showing you all the actions that you should be doing to maximise your walking. Do you know what? These videos are just going to be taking you on walks around some beautiful places. And I'm going to start next week with a bluebell wood. So I can just show you a few things in a bluebell wood. There's going to be no masses of scientific names, so don't get scared. I'm not expecting you to remember what things are called. I just hope that you'll watch the films and you'll enjoy the films and walking, because actually there's a lot of evidence that just looking at nature can have benefits as well. Getting out in nature is much better for you, but actually looking at nature is really important. So there's massive studies on how hospital people, if they're in hospital, they look out on nature, they recover quicker. And there is great evidence around that. So just looking at nature, if you can't go for a walk, just have a look at some of the little films that I'm going to produce. Please share those and please subscribe then to my YouTube channel as well, because I really would like those to go far and wide, because I think we really have lost that connection. If I can just inspire a few of you just to go for a little wander in nature. I'm not talking about a route march, I'm talking about a wander, having a look and looking at the colours and the textures and all the beauty that's in nature. So I hope that explains really where I'm going. If you've got any questions on any of the films or anything that I do over the next sort of months and hopefully into years, please ask. No question is too silly, because if you ask a question, you can bet your bottom dollar that there's somebody else out there who wants to know the answer to that. If I don't know the answer to it, I'll find out for you, because if I don't know it, then I'll probably want to know the answer myself. As I say, there are things that I'm no expert on, but I just hope I can just help us a little bit to help this beautiful world in which we live. Thanks for listening. As I say, put any comments below, any sort of suggestions that you have, that you want to know about, what's confusing you, what you love, what you're doing for the environment intentionally. It'd be great to hear, and let's just try and perhaps start just something going where we can make things a little bit better. Thanks for listening.